This is Daily Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about.
Get real.
You all ready for this? Mm-hmm. Dun 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 dun.
No. Y'all, just stop. This is a sham.
It's a sham. Welcome to DBL. Hello, everyone. I am 40. I'm feeling it in my bones. It's been a couple of hours. Some arthritis. Jeff, you're joining us from home. How are you, old man?
Feeling good, feeling good. Welcome to the club.
Thanks, buddy. All right, we begin with a big celebrity engagement announcement and a big breakup that no one saw coming. First up, Machine Gun Kelly. What a romantic name. Got down on one knee and proposed to Megan Fox. She posted the video on Instagram, ending her post saying, quote, said yes, then we drank each other's blood. I'm not kidding. She said that. On a sadder note, after nearly 5 years of marriage and 17 years together, 17, Jason Momoa and Lisa Bonet are calling it quits. This touched me like really personally. They released a joint statement saying they announced the split so they can go on about their lives with dignity and honesty. They added that the love between them carries on and they remain devoted to their children. Are you not shocked?
On the day that Tori turned 40, this news dropped.
I'm so mad. How could they? I mean, were you not shocked, Erica Cobb?
I was shocked, but I mean, after I got over my shock, I was like, I don't know these people.
Yeah, I know, that's fair. That's fair.
I mean, it's just...
We don't know them.
It just goes to show you, we don't know what's happening behind closed doors. And also, I'm sure that this is very amicable, and it will continue to be. Not everything has to be dramatic.
That's true. Jeff, what do you think about this? Were you shocked? And what do you think about the drinking of the blood?
That's exactly where I was going. I'm not as shocked as the breakup between Lisa Bonet and Jason Momoa as I am drinking other people's blood because you're in love. What? What is going on?
I feel like you're in Crazyville, like the whole world.
I mean, every day I'm in Crazyville. Don't even get me started about politics and social life, but drinking each other's blood?
It's very Angelina Jolie circle, whatever that was with Billy Bob Thornton.
Billy Bob Thornton?
Yeah,
I
remember.
Do you get to a point where you love somebody so much that you want to drink their blood? Is that like the,
well,
is that it?
I'll tell you something. My college roommate at University of Michigan said, hi, my name is blank. I have a boyfriend, and we like to drink each other's blood. And I was like...
That was her opener?
And that's when I went into a deep, deep depression.
Well, no, you know what she was doing there? She was trying to make the double a single. She was trying to get you to be like,
to get out of there.
Oh, let me ask for a new room assignment.
And I did. My mother took me to lunch. She said, Jerry, this is not going to work for Tori. She did end up leaving, and I got someone else, and we were very close in the end. So, yeah, she took out goblets. They had goblets. So it's a whole ritual, and I don't mean to be putting it down. It's just very different.
Wow.
Yeah.
That explains some of the... the past trauma of the Tory life.
I think it does. I think it shows you the spices and the marinating that I went through. All right, on the celebrity dating front, Kanye West and his ex Kim Kardashian were spotted on two extremely different dates with their new flames. First up, we got Ye West was seen getting cozy with his new lady Julia Fox in LA, along with Floyd Mayweather and Madonna. Talk about a power quartet. They also posed for this group shot with the Material Girl and former boxing pro. Meanwhile, Kim and Pete had a much more low-key date. They were seen grabbing pizza in LA, and later they got some ice cream at Rite Aid. So what do you think of these different dates, Jeff? And I heard a quote, because I love the Kardashians, that said she feels like she's really herself, and with Kanye or Ye, she felt like she was sort of how do you say this? An accessory. I don't mean to say that in a demeaning way, but she feels really like herself with Pete Davidson, was the general aspect of the quote. What do you think?
Yeah, listen, for me, I can't speak for everybody. I think it's very easy to impress somebody by throwing money at them. Look at my celebrity friends. Everything's on me. I got these bottles. And I think it says something to Pete and Kim's relationship that they could have fun over a pizza and the simple things in life. And what really matters is enjoying each other's company. So to me, I see a difference there.
I do too. And I also know she said to her mom, I have all the big things. I can afford everything. I don't have the little things like pizza and a Rite Aid ice cream, right? What do you think, Erica?
Hey, The little things are very meaningful. I think it also shows you how different people will bring out different versions of you.
Totally.
So I guess if you are a person who has, and you know, Kim's had a number of relationships, as most people have, and I think it's kind of shown that there's different sides to her, and this is the phase that she's in right now. Maybe that phase will last forever, or maybe it'll be another relationship that she ends and goes on to something else.
Yeah, it does show you brings out different sides of you. I will say that Julia Fox is a huge Kardashian fan. So I think that's interesting that Julia has always been obsessed with the Kardashians, and now she's sort of in the middle of it all. It's very meta, the whole thing. All right, more stars are remembering their friend Bob Saget, who passed away suddenly, including John Mayer. Oh, this story. Okay, get this. Jeff, you're going to love this. He and comedian Jeff Ross reflected on Bob's life while driving to LAX to pick up his car and drive it home. John said after Bob lost his sisters at very young ages, he had every reason to be bitter, but he wasn't. Take a listen.
He laughed and he spread joy, and his protest against the cruelty of these things was that he was going to smile and spread love and be childlike and be innocent and be loving, even after what he knew could happen in this world.
And you know what else is interesting? That was like an old school Prius that like Bob Saget had a gazillion dollars, and he was just driving a Prius, which I love. Jeff, what do you think about this?
Well, one, I apologize. Could you hear my kids, by the way?
Yeah,
because I
we
can barely hear you guys because they're screaming. You can hear, right?
Yeah, we love them. Yeah, we like it.
Okay, I apologize for that because this story got ruined. I'm gonna go down and have a nice talk with them after at the commercial break. How about that?
I can't wait.
Was that very PC and very polite of me to say? Because it's gonna go a lot differently.
I can picture it.
I think that's amazing. So he was actually driving Bob Saget's car home while he was giving that speech.
Yes.
That's so touching.
Oh
I mean, just in itself. Again, I apologize for I couldn't hear, but wow, what a just moment that is of reality of like, this is John Mayer and Bob Saget. You think of like, they're out playing concerts and doing comedy tours, and it's like, hey man, Bob was just my friend and I'm picking up his car from the airport. It really made it hit home for me.
Me too. It really did for me too, something about the organic friendship of like, and also the idea of like, yeah, when you die, things are sort of left, like there's a car at LAX that like, you have to go pick up. You know, it's sort of, I don't know, it touched me really deeply. What do you feel, Erica?
I mean, you know, to lose someone is rough.
Yeah.
You know, it's like it's a stop in time for their life, but also your life and your plans and all of these things together. You know, obviously my family is in the funeral industry, and I remember, you know, being very, very young before my dad was a funeral director, but my cousin who would always babysit me was a trade embalmer. So death and the idea of like, you know, and she would take me to work with her, I should say that. The idea of death and like grieving has always just been something that I've been probably more acutely aware of than most of my peers, especially at that age.
Yeah, I was gonna say, somehow I turn to you when it comes to that because I feel like you are more, I don't know.
I just think of it different. Like when someone passes away, especially very suddenly, where it's a friend or if it's someone in my orbit, I automatically go into that mode. Like, what can I do because these are the things that we need to get done today.
Yeah,
you know.
All right, before we go, we did want to mention the passing of a 60s music icon. Ronnie Spector has died at the age of 78. Her family said she left the world yesterday after a brief battle with cancer. Ronnie rose to fame with her group The Ronettes under the guidance of music producer Phil Spector, who Ronnie later married. The group became wildly popular in the UK and opened for the Beatles on their final US tour in 1966. After Ronnie and Phil divorced, she launched a solo career and had a hit with the Eddie Money song Take Me Home Tonight in 1986. It was good, Erica. Ronnie kept on performing into her 70s. May she rest in peace. Before we go, let's hear Ronnie Spector's lovely voice one more time. Closed captioning provided by...
Hi.
What's going up, guys? The Ronettes. Be my little baby. You know what movie that's from? Who can name it?
Dirty Dancing.
I love you. Oh, what a great Be My Little Dirty Dancing. Be my little baby. God, that soundtrack. I had it on cassette tape. Do you know what that is? You've heard of a cassette? Have you seen a cassette tape? Do you ever play a cassette? No, she's never played a cassette. That's fair. Do you have you ever burned CDs? I'm just finding you have burned CDs. Okay. Some people don't know we used to burn CDs.
Have you put context to who you're speaking to?
Oh yes, I'm speaking to Sierra. Sierra, how old are you?
I'm 25.
25. She's to me, and we chat a lot in the coffee break, Sierra and I, about just like the small little differences between the age. And she's just a little bit younger than me, you know, at 40. She's just a hair younger than me.
Well, that, and you're old enough to be her mom.
Ew, that's crazy, Sierra. Do you watch reruns? Like, what's your favorite rerun show? Like syndicated. Do you watch Friends? Was that something you watched?
Kind of a little bit. I like Martin.
Martin.
I watched
Damn, Gina.
Fresh Prince.
Fresh Prince. Everybody watches the Fresh Prince on syndication. I'm trying to figure out what shows people know, what they don't. Did you watch Sex and the City?
Yes.
When it first ran?
No.
No, reruns. Wow.
You watch it on E where it's all edited?
No, I watched it on HBO.
Okay.
HBO, okay. Wow. Huh. Did you watch Squid Game?
No.
So that was kind of a more millennial thing.
Or maybe she just doesn't like the genre.
So interested in her.
Yeah, I don't know if there's a broad.
I think she's really
Sounds
fascinating.
very interesting.
She'll be running our network in about 2.5 days. Thank you so much, Sierra. Did your friend? Welcome back. All right, the Screen Actors Guild nominations are out, and as usual, there's some snubs and some surprises. So after 4 seasons, the hit family Western drama Yellowstone finally got a nod for Best Ensemble in a TV drama. I know a ton of people watching this. Another surprise, Bradley Cooper scored a nomination for Licorice Pizza, even though he was only on screen for 7 minutes. Judi Dench actually won an Oscar. She was on screen for 8 minutes in Shakespeare in Love. Cynthia Erivo and Jennifer Hudson both got nominated for playing Aretha Franklin in 2 separate projects.
Who?
Yeah,
Cynthia
what?
Erivo?
Yeah, that was very strange because that looked like
That was
Cynthia
Cynthia Nixon.
Okay, sorry about that. I was
Yeah,
like, wait a minute.
Cynthia Erivo is a beautiful black queen.
That's very lovely of you to say, and extremely correct. West Side Story was snubbed in the Best Ensemble category. Leonardo DiCaprio didn't get nominated for his role in Don't Look Up, but everyone's talking about Gaga. She got nominated over Kristen Stewart, who played Princess Diana in Spencer. Some K-Stew fans are even going after Gaga on social media over the snub. All right.
Why are they going after her? It's not her fault.
I know, people are crazy, and Jeff's made me start to really believe this. All right, Eric, what do you think of all this? And I gotta be honest, the Kristen Stewart snub I thought was shocking. I've heard she is a dead ringer, and excuse that word, but so good as Princess Diana. Like,
so you
so
haven't
good.
seen Spencer?
No, but I've just heard excellent critical reviews.
Yeah, I haven't seen it either. Out of all of those, Don't Look Up, I saw that over break.
Which I loved.
I'm interested in following Cynthia Erivo, first of all, is like...
she can sing,
queen.
she can act.
Queen.
That woman.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I get so, especially now, it's like we binge so much that it's almost like an overload to remember what was I watching, like what was the context.
I know.
So yeah, I get excited for people when they're, especially when it's like a groundbreaking nomination.
Yeah, I think K-Stew is really snubbed, and you know what? Not a K-Stew fan, and also didn't think she'd be great. Really surprised by this. Jeffrey Schroeder?
Let me start off by saying Cynthia Erivo, fantastic actress, by the way. I just wanted to put that out there. Listen, I used to love, and I thought it was like an honor to be part of like the Academy and the awards, and when I got my Screen Actors Guild card and I got to vote for some of these things. And now it's being part of that, it's kind of flown away. The Academy does what they want. They always have to have a first. There's no reason a Best Actor should come from a 7-minute performance. And it's like the movies that they pick, The Shape of Water. Get real, man. Step Brothers should be Best Movie of the Year. I don't agree with all these award things. Again, I think they're slowly going away, and I could speak for it. I was a part of it. I don't get excited anymore for these things.
I feel you, and I do want to say real quickly, we trashed Shape of Water so much on the show. It was really weird.
I've never seen it.
It was terrible.
It's atrocious.
It's
and
atrocious.
It wins every award. Get out of here. I'd like to thank my acting teacher. Why? Because you are a serpent? Get out of here.
Coming up on DBL. I love when Jeff goes up. What a fish. All right, more drama surrounding that deadly shooting on the Rust set, the new lawsuit, plus what Alec Baldwin is saying about the reports he's not cooperating. Stay tuned for that.
At Leaf Filter.
Was a lot like 2020 when it came to the government's help. We saw stimulus checks, child tax credits, and boosted unemployment benefits. So we are verifying what could affect your tax returns this year.
Our sources for these answers are CEO of Alloy Wealth, Mark Henry, and the IRS. The first question, if you received an advance child tax credit, could that affect your tax returns?
They qualified based off of 2020, but if they made more money in 21 when they actually file their taxes, they may get a surprise. They may actually owe money back to the IRS because they received that tax credit but got a raise.
According to the IRS, in 2021, the American Rescue Plan increased the child tax credit for families who qualified. However, Henry says if you received more money in 2021 than the IRS was estimating you would make, then you might have to pay some of it back. Next, if you worked from home, can you claim that as a home office? According to the IRS, unless you are self-employed, you cannot write off home office expenses as deductions.
Unless you're self-employed, you cannot do that.
And finally, will the new tax brackets released by the IRS affect your taxes? According to the IRS, income tax brackets and the standard deduction have been adjusted to reflect inflation.
The actual tax brackets themselves, this is a good thing, they went up a little bit. So they went up anywhere from 1% to 3%. So depending upon your deductions, how much you end up taking out of your check, some people, let's say you didn't get a raise and you're going to make the same income as you made last year, you may not have to take out quite as much during the year.
According to the IRS, this went into effect for 2022, so you won't see this on your tax returns this year. You'll see it affect the taxes you file in 2023.
With your Verify, I'm Megan Bragg.
Welcome back. We have an update to a story we haven't talked about in a while. It's that Rust movie shooting, which led to the death of cinematographer Helena Hutchins. So the armorer, remember this, she is the armorer for the film, is now suing the man who supplied the ammunition for the guns used on set. The lawsuit accused the company of providing a combo of both dummy and live rounds, saying they distributed boxes which were supposed to have dummy rounds but had a mix of both. She also said she wasn't told Baldwin was rehearsing with the gun and that it could have been avoided if she was present for the rehearsal. Meantime, Alec Baldwin is denying claims he's not cooperating with the investigation. Last month, the Santa Fe Sheriff's Office got a warrant for his phone, and investigators have reportedly still not received it. Here's what Alec recently said in a video posted to Instagram.
Any suggestion that I am not complying with requests or orders or demands or search warrants about my phone, that's a lie. That is a process that takes time. They have to specify what exactly they want. You can't just go through your phone and take, your photos or your love letters to your wife or what have you.
Jeff, what do you think about this? I think Alec Baldwin's going down a real bad slippery slope here, getting on Instagram and social to talk about it. His lawyers are going to be shut up, shut up, shut up.
Yeah, I agree with you there, but someone's got to speak for him, right? I kind of disagree in the fact that the media is driving this narrative where they want it to go. Don't you think it's a pretty big piece of information that the company may have sent a box of ammo and there may have been live rounds in the blank rounds, don't you think that's a huge piece of evidence that nobody's talking about that may have contributed into why there was a live round in this gun? But yet the media for months on end wants to go after Alec Baldwin. So it's almost like he has no choice. I have to say something. I have nothing to do with this. They sent a box of ammo that has live rounds in there. Somebody handed me the gun that was supposed to inspect it. Nobody's taking up for me, and the media just wants to crucify me. What position should he take?
That's an interesting take. What do you think, Erica?
This is a mess.
Yeah, this is bad.
Like, this is like a safety audit and none of your paperwork is in order.
Yeah.
Like, this is a lethal mess. So now we're just hearing that they might have been supplied with live ammo in the actual boxes, but we also heard that there was live ammo on set because they were going plinking and using those same guns for recreational purposes off-set. This is a mess. How are you supposed to have a gun on set, whether it was supposed to be simply for prop or not, but not an actual prop gun, which apparently isn't really even a prop gun. It's what we're finding out. It's just a mess.
Yeah, it's a mess. And
like there should have been more more mindful of minding their P's and Q's and dotting all their I's because clearly this could be a very lethal situation, and it was.
And it was, and people walked out beforehand. Let's not forget about that. And let me also say, I don't blame Alec Baldwin, the actor who did that, but I do think as a producer, Alec Baldwin is going to get in a whole lot of trouble for this mess that he created if he went on the cheap. And we don't know that. That's just me being speculative. We'll be right back with Deal Blast.
Promotional consideration is brought to you by
The CDC says Omicron is now the dominant COVID strain in the U.S., causing surging metrics on par and even surpassing last year's peak. Testing is subsequently in high demand with low supply in some areas. You certainly don't want to waste a hard-to-get at-home test. So let's verify. Is it true the optimal time to test for Omicron is 5 days after exposure for most accurate results? Well, our sources are the CDC, an MIT study published in the Annals of Internal Medicine, and Dr. Chris Uhl, infectious diseases physician for Atrium Health, Wake Forest Baptist.
The time to test following an exposure to COVID is roughly 3 to 5 days. For both Delta and Omicron, probably closer to 3 days makes more sense because the virus is more transmissible and it tends to cause infection faster.
So yes, testing 3 to 5 days after exposure is best, and that's a slight difference from the 5 to 7 days health experts recommended in 2020 and early 2021 before Delta and Omicron entered the picture. And timing is key. A 2020 MIT study looked into the probability of a false negative on a COVID test. On the first day after a probable exposure, the likelihood of a false negative was 100%. That percent decreased with each passing day. And the CDC has updated its isolation and quarantine guidelines for Omicron, saying the science shows transmission occurs 1 to 2 days prior to symptom onset and in the 2 to 3 days after. So in all exposure scenarios, whether you're vaccinated or not, the CDC suggests you test on day 5 after coming in contact with someone with COVID. And with this variant, any type of test that is FDA approved can give accurate results.
Either a PCR test or a rapid antigen test is fine, and the home tests are fine for doing it as well.
In conclusion, we verified, yes, it's true, the optimal test time for Omicron is still 5 days after exposure, but given how fast Omicron spreads, you can test as early as 3 days and likely have accurate results. With your Verify, I'm Megan Morales.
The annual deadline for Americans to file their taxes is typically on or around April 15th. However, for the past 2 years, the IRS has pushed the tax filing deadline past April because of the COVID-19 pandemic. Amid the current surge of Omicron, it's clear that COVID-19 is still impacting a lot of people. So let's verify. Is the IRS pushing the tax deadline again this year? We went to these sources for an answer. In a January 10th press release about the tax filing season, the IRS confirmed this year's deadline is April 18th, and there's no indication that that will change. That date was also confirmed by TurboTax and CPA Practice Manager, a resource magazine for accounting and tax professionals. According to the IRS, April 18th is also the deadline for individuals to request an extension. If the extension request is granted, their new deadline would be October 17th. With your Fast Fact, I'm Adiande Till.
It's that time of week again. We got some incredible products at prices you don't want to miss from our friends at Morning Save. Check it out. All right, Steph, what do you have for us?
So first up, we've got the Kaivol Vigo Air HD3 Cool Mist Humidifier. It's super quiet and it has a runtime of 75 hours. So you don't have to worry about noise while you're sleeping or having to refill the machine. Well, normally it's $100.
Yeah.
But we've got it for only $29, saving everyone at home 71%. Now, Tori, this deal is all about your health and wellness. We've got the Vermi VG3 Round Sport Mode Smartwatch.
Oh, wow.
Check this out. This watch will alert you to calls, texts, notifications. It will track your activity, your steps, heart rate, and calories, and normally it's $79.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, but guess what, Tori? It's only $29, saving up to 63%.
Great price again.
I love
Price Wizard.
Now, Tori, you're gonna love these little companions. It's a 2-pack of Pop Sonic LED compact mirrors.
Oh, nice.
So this deal comes with 2 mirrors, which I love. They come with bright LED lights and have both regular and 5 times magnification, so you can get up close and personal with your skin. And normally these are as much as $60.
Ooh.
But right now they're only $15, saving all of us 75%. And then last but certainly not least, we've got Me Smooth Professional at Home Face and Body Permanent Hair Reduction System. And this system is FDA cleared and is clinically proven to permanently remove unwanted body and facial hair in just 6 weeks.
Oh my gosh.
So normally it's as much as $299. Ooh. We've got it though for $149.
Much better.
I know, saving up to 60%.
All right, head on over to morningsave.com. You snag these amazing deals at the lowest prices. You can even visit morningsave.com just right on your smartphone. Thank you so much, Steph. All right, good stuff. Jeff, we want to know if you've spoken to your kids yet or how you're going to, if you could recreate or create what you're going to say to them.
No, I went in like, listen, this is what I have to do with my kids because I have a bad temper. So I have to take a breath.
Nice.
And then talk to them calmly. And now they're locked out in the backyard.
Oh my God, I love it. DBL's new every day. We'll be back tomorrow. Hopefully they're out by then. Same time, same place. Bye, guys. Thanks for being with us. They're locked up.